Hey, how's it going? Hello, hello, hello. I did not balance any of the music or my mic before we started, so I'm just gonna make sure that's really good first. Looking good. Let me know if I'm too loud, if the music's too loud, if the music's too quiet, all that good stuff. It's lovely to see you all. Happy Monday. It's a Monday. Wolf Alone, Manfred, Willie. Hello, Willie. How's it going? Player Son, welcome back. Alien, hello, hello. Always good to see ya. Anchor, welcome in. DM Chris. Art Claude Bruce, welcome in. How are all y'all doing? How was your week? How was your weekend? What'd y'all get up to? Man, this weekend flew by. I wasn't feeling super well, so I slept a lot this weekend. I took a lot of naps, but we're so back. What did y'all get up to? I work weekends. What do you do again? If you're free to disclose that information. I'm sorry to hear it. I'm only very recently not working weekends. Weekend was kind of migraine-y, but I mostly held it at bay. I'm glad to hear that. Migraines are kind of the worst because nothing makes it better. Like, it's just a pain that you sit with inside of your brain and there's no like getting away from it, I feel like, most of the time. Answer the phone for tech support. I think you did mention that at some point and I forgot. I'm sorry. Well, hey. Do you like it? Do you enjoy it? Worked on getting my email and portfolio together to send to you guys. Art stuff. Fuck yeah. That's awesome. Send it our way, please. Absolutely. Have you sent it already? Send it to product support at Trollord if you haven't already. I get yelled at for a living. This is my first, like, not retail job. And so I have been in the same boat for a very long time. I did, like, luxury furniture sales, and so you have, like, the perfect intersection of, like, you're handling really large amounts of money for people that are batshit insane, and then also the company was kind of messy, so you're having like very real problems, but also people are being ridiculous, and it just like on all sides it's bad for the seller. I ran a Call of Cthulhu one shot on Sunday. Did everyone live? Did everyone die? How did it go? I've wanted to try Call of Cthulhu. Later today, definitely send it. I'm excited to see it. It'd be so amazing to work for Trollord Games. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. TLG isn't giving you enough flair to wear. I know. I've got t-shirts in 3 colors. I would love for us to make hats. Everyone lived, but some people ended up 20 or so years older. Nice, nice. I hear that it's uniquely stressful to play Call of Cthulhu. I've wanted to try both Call of Cthulhu and Dread, which is like the Jenga one. I watched an actual play of Dread, and I think it's like the best actual play of anything that I've ever seen, and it's just like 3 episodes, but man, the story was cool, and what an awesome mechanic. Like Jenga, it just, the name really encapsulates it. Need at least 37 pieces. That, you know, I'm saying the same thing. We gotta pester them for more like shirt colors and more just like cool apparel stuff. Could add horror to your CNC game. Man, okay, I say this as someone who cannot handle, and I choose those words carefully. I cannot handle like horror media. It breaks me. It breaks my brain. I can't do it. if I watch like a horror thing, I won't be able to like let it go. Like my brain will hyper fixate on it and like replay the distressing thing over and over and over again to the point where it's like, it's not like, ooh, scary. It like, it ruins my month. But I so badly want to be in like a horror tabletop RPG game of some kind, whether it's C&C or like anything else. I think incorporating horror into games is awesome, and I really want to try that. Horror to a C&C game would be neat, or it could go really bad. You know, like, I think that C&C is really, really well suited to horror. Because, I mean, especially in, like, early levels, they do such a good job of making you feel small. And so, to have to, like, navigate your way around, like, a crazy threat and, like, survive, especially if you're, like, attached to your character, you know, and you want them to live. I spent a chunk of my weekend watching clips of various Friday the 13th films on YouTube. Nice. Are there more than clips of... Wait, no, various Friday the 13th... I didn't realize there was more than one Friday the 13th film. I thought there was just the one. Friday the 13th is the guy with the hockey mask. Is that right? I'm with you, G. I can't do the jump scare horror stuff. No. No. You want to know how I get my cheap kicks? My cheap thrills? Don't say anything, Nick. I can hear you laughing.
Makes me so angry.
I will Google the plot of like horror movies or video games, and I will read the wiki synopsis.
What were we talking about the other day? I got so angry at you for like bringing that up.
I don't know. It was probably like a piece of incredible media that's incredible to like consume on its own and appreciate for what it is. But man, I don't know. So I really appreciate like horror storytelling. I think you can just have such incredible stories written in the horror genre. And horror video games in particular are some of the most creative, interesting stories ever. And I stand by that, and I know that because I've read the Wikipedia synopses.
You were giving me shit for something, and I was like, that is bold talk coming from someone who, like, read the Five Nights at Freddy's Wikipedia.
I didn't read the Five Nights at Freddy Wikipedia.
Same difference.
I don't know if anyone could glean anything from the Five Nights at Freddy's Wikipedia. It's too convoluted. I'm a big horror guy. I have many horror RPGs. Do you have a favorite? I'm in the same boat, not a fan of horror. Body or slasher horror, I've just found it isn't healthy for me. I'm much better with more vague, Lovecraftian, detective type horror. Yes, I think we're in the same boat. I still kind of steer clear a little bit. I play it very, very, very safe. Because, like, it's uncanny. I'll see something that I don't like something that's distressing in like a horror movie or video game or whatever, and like it really is just that like I cannot put it down and like walk away from that thought. I'll replay it over and over and over again and can't stop myself. It's crazy. Ooh, using a sanity mechanic. That would be cool. I generally prefer more supernatural horror. I'm sorry, guys, I'm like way behind. Generally prefer more supernatural horror than slashers. I think there were 11 or 12 of them. Jason Voorhees is the hockey mask guy. Gotcha. 11 or 12, really? Well, I guess there's a Friday the 13th every year. Once a year, 11 or 12. I don't know. Oh, shit. Canadian Gamer, welcome back for month 44. How are you? It's good to see you again. I like the Mothership RPG and wondered if the same feel could be copied into the Siege engine. I've not heard of that one yet. Jump scares are a directorial cop-out. Well, I mean, say what you want about jump scares, but boy, do they do the job. Do you ever watch any YouTube videos of people spelunking in tight caves, weirdly addictive? Oh my god, you're a freak! No, of course not. Oh my god. Davis Chenault told me a story about he went spelunking with a friend, and they were in like this really tight like tunnel that was wide enough for just one person, so they were like one after the other going into this tunnel, and Davis went in first and his friend went in behind him. And as Davis was crawling through this like narrow tunnel, he came to a dead end, and he was like, okay, like, let's turn around and go back, this is a dead end. And his friend was like, no, I'll just like, I think I want you to stay in there for a little bit, let's just hang out for a little bit. And only moved once Davis started freaking out and like kicking his face, and that was enough. I don't think I need any other spelunking stories. I watch a lot of B horror. It's a real mixed bag. What is B horror? A billion years ago when I was a teenager and a lot skinnier, I used to do that, go spelunking. That's so scary. What the fuck? Dude, you couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me money. I've been into like... I went into a cave one time. I like an indie horror RPG called Dean of Night. It's very well written to simulate horror movies. It's really hard to find players for, though. COC has its problems, but I can get players. Oh, that's Call of Cthulhu. Gotcha. Yeah, I think there's power in, like, a name that you could recognize. Like, a game that has, like, buzz around it and stuff. No matter how much Jeremy pressures you, do not ever watch Bone Tomahawk ever. I will take a note of that. I will make a bold heading mental note to not watch Bone Tomahawk. I hate the sound of that already. There's a Friday the 13th movie that takes place in space. It's really stupid. Oh man, that might be the one that I watch. Maybe I'll give Friday the 13th in space a chance. Maybe. Wouldn't a sequel to Friday the 13th be Saturday the 14th? Really? I mean, yeah. I think I would probably be more drawn to it if it was like Sunday the 15th, Monday the 16th. I love when there's like campy names like that. Like how there was 21 Jump Street and then 22 Jump Street, you know? So that's what's wrong with him. I have a similar spelunking story. It involved shimmying through a narrow opening and only being able to take a quarter lung capacity breath. No. How about instead of that, never do that again. I'm promoting myself to your mother for the 45 seconds it'll take me to tell you, don't you dare ever do that again, mister. Holy shit. That's so scary. Why would anyone go into a cave where you can't like move freely? I hate it. There was this one time I was in Greece on the island of Paros, and I was studying, and so there was this whole like group of like college students that I was with, and we went into a cave called the Cave of Pan. And it was called the Cave of Pan because so many miners, like miners who like break rocks, not children, so many miners had died in this cave of freak accidents, of like rocks falling on them and like all sorts of cave-ins, stuff like that. So many people had died in this cave that they were like, oh, it's haunted by Pan and he's mischievous and he's killing people for sport. So why not take 15 to 20 college students into the darkest, most cramped depths of the Cave of Pan and have a little lecture about history inside of it? And like all of us cramped into this tiny, tiny little, like, we were all like squatting on our, like, it's that height where you can't really, there's not space to sit because it's so small and everyone has to squeeze in, but you can't stand, so you're kind of like crouching. And they told us about something. I don't even remember. I was not hearing anything. I was just Saving Private Ryan, like, ee. And then eventually we got out of the cave and emerged into this, like, just sloping hillside that was covered in purple thyme. And it was being carried by the wind. And it was the most refreshing, sweetest smell ever after that experience. It was incredible. History Prof, how's it going? It has been a while. It's so good to see you again. How have you been? There is a movie called Saturday the 14th. It's a spoof. Making a note of that. Just making a note. Super quick. Horse in the Sands, welcome in. I can't do horror. I can watch Scream okay and Final Destination, but it's just very redundant. But I like to enjoy myself with fantasy, although the FNAF movie looks okay. Man, I respect you for being able to watch Final Destination. That one, like, scares me. I don't know. Does the FNAF movie look good? I haven't seen anything really about it. I haven't watched the trailer or, like, read the synopsis or any of that. What are the XPs for on this stream that I'm stacking up? Ooh, good question, actually. We've got a couple of little different, like, rewards and stuff. I don't know if they're all relevant to all streams. Like, I can't take a swig of Dr. Pepper for Steve, but we got some little options down there. Hey, Brad, welcome in. It's so good to see you. Welcome back for month 18. My wife is totes claustrophobic, so there's no way that's going to happen. Yeah, good. Good. When you move back to Michigan, you should go to the ice caves that form along Lake Superior in the winter. That I would do. Do you want to go do that?
Yeah.
Ice caves along Lake Superior?
This winter.
Yeah.
Superior is awesome.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I've never been to Lake Superior.
We're going to go.
Let's do it. Fuck yeah.
We're going to go to the dunes.
We're also going to go to the dunes.
And Pictured Rock.
And Pictured Rock. I've never been to the dunes or to Pictured Rock.
We're going to do both.
We're going to do them?
We're going to do them.
Yeah! I've been running Monday night D&D sessions at a new gaming store. That's why I haven't been on this channel for a while, I realize now. Dude, that's awesome. How's the game been going? That is super, super cool. Willy's Wonderland is a better FNAF movie than the FNAF movie, but you have to like Nicolas Cage. Can you not like Nicolas Cage? I feel like Nicolas Cage just has this like base level of charisma. He's just like... He's such a base game human. Do you know what I mean? He's like very default. If you ask like an alien to like flip through a textbook and then draw a human from memory, they'd probably come up with a Nicolas Cage looking motherfucker.
Wow.
You like that?
That was a hot take.
He's just so default. He's very base game. You can highlight a comment, etc. It's mostly to keep Steven awash in Dr. Pepper. Exactly. So is the world of Aihrde meant to be a toolkit, meaning I can do anything to it for my table? Yes, absolutely. You can take different adventures from Aihrde. Looking through the Codex of Aihrde, which is what we're eventually going to be reading from today, you can take the folklore that's outlined in the Codex and apply it to your homebrew world. You can take the map and apply your own like cultures and made up towns and villages and kingdoms to it. It can just fully supplement any of your world building. And you can enact your own timeline in Aihrde, or you can use the one that's in the Codex, like the canon lore of the world. Really everything, I think, all of our products are meant to be kind of like take whatever you want, leave what you don't. One of the taglines is actually just take what you need. That's like one of the taglines for CNC. How is full-time work with Trollord going? It is awesome. This is my first, I'm still a little bit customer facing, but this is my first like non-retail job, and I am absolutely loving it and having so much fun. And I just get to make our little like social media posts and answer emails, and I'm trying to do more stuff with our YouTube, and yeah, all sorts of stuff. Coordinate interviews with Steve, respond to artists and artist inquiries, all sorts of stuff really. But it's been awesome. I really enjoy working here. Ooh, I don't want to spoil it, but FNAF, the games and books, is basically covered by MatPat on the game theory. Oh yeah, we went... Nick and I went through this whole like deep dive into the FNAF lore. Nick already knows some of it. I am still a fledgling in the ancient texts of FNAF. But I do love MatPat's content, and I was sad to see him leave from YouTube, but I know it's probably best for him. Oh, it's very possible to not like him. I hate leaving Las Vegas passionately. Ooh, I haven't heard of that one. Have you heard of the Nutty Putty Caves? No? What are the Nutty Putty Caves? It sounds awesome. Nick Cage, he is the default NPC. Yeah, a little bit. Am I right? Am I wrong? I think he's kind of just like, we have to steal the Declaration of Independence. Like, he's just... He's a joke. He's like a little guy that you just make up on the fly who just says things. Bees, oh no, bees.
It's just like when you skip all the customization and character creation.
Yeah, he's just all of the base options.
That felt startlingly like a good impression.
We're gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
We're gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Ah,
Ah.
it's a trap. What does he say? What else does he say? I don't know.
What?
Who's your chaperone? Another DLG member. Would you like to come and introduce yourself to the people?
Oh, me?
My chaperone.
Yeah.
This is my handler. He keeps me alive and in check. Womp 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 womp. This is Nonk.
I gotta squat down.
This is Nonk. You might know Nick's work. He did the 2520 patch that's now in our store, and he's also working on some other exciting projects.
Other exciting projects. That's
Other
me.
stuff.
And I'm the peanut gallery over there at the other desk.
He's my sitcom laugh track.
Yeah.
He's also my boyfriend.
Oh, shucks.
It's the best part.
Gee whiz.
It's a full-time job.
It is.
You know how there's like, I don't know how many of you have seen the like golden retriever boyfriend, black cat girlfriend, like that sort of thing. We're very like orange cat.
Both of us?
Yeah.
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 Mad true.
Is Nick still in finance?
Is Nick still in finance? Unfortunately, yeah. It's
Every day I inch a little bit closer to calling a bomb threat into your place of work.
No, it's fine.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Never do that. Yeah.
No, don't do that.
We're gonna call in a bomb threat in Minecraft.
In Minecraft, I'm calling in a bomb threat.
You can do
Nick's
anything
job.
in Minecraft. But I'm starting school. I'm going back to school.
That's so exciting.
And it's gonna be great. And
super cool.
Everything is gonna be easy and perfect and great.
The easiest ever. It'll be hardly an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Barely a thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell them what you're studying?
No, that'll be a secret.
Ooh, just us girls.
No, I'm going.
Puppy says you better tell them.
It's marketing communications.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get out there. We're gonna do it. We're gonna communicate. We're gonna market.
Fuck yeah.
And it's gonna be sick nasty.
It's gonna be so awesome.
I'm gonna bring the heat.
So
watch
much heat.
out, everyone.
It's going to be great, too, because I now have a marketing job. I've never had a marketing job before, so I'll be able to peek over your shoulder and do your homework with you.
Yeah, it's really just a 2-for-1 degree.
Also, a fun story. I won't get into too much of this because we're here to talk about Aihrde lore, not Grace lore. Nick is going to the same school that I flunked out of in 2019.
Going back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
We're just gonna tag team it.
Exactly. I'm sliding in there. They won't even know.
They won't even know.
They won't even know.
We'll just like swap outfits. And,
Yes.
And like you can sit in for me.
We'll be like twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won't tell the difference.
Yeah, we look exactly the same anyway.
Yeah, we look exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta steal the Declaration of Independence.
The Nutty Putty Caves is the death cave. Guy got stuck and was trapped for 27, 28 hours and passed away. Went to part of the cave where it narrows into a crawl space, but went in the wrong space.
I think I know that story.
That is terrifying.
He got stuck like upside down and people tried to get him out for hours and hours. It got to the point where they had to like pass him a phone to call his family because they weren't gonna be able to remove him.
You think you could have like renamed it to something other than Nutty Putty
That's
after
horrifying.
a man's death?
Yeah. Ooh, cause like the gravity, you just be like, ooh, ugh. Okay. The dog is telling secrets. You puppy telling secrets. Saying all the stuff. One of you has a hat, so we can tell you. Thank God.
Yeah. That's the only reason Grace put on the hat this morning.
Yeah, really. It's so I can look in the mirror and not be like, oh, Nick, whoa, where'd you come from? You have to paint some stubble on. I can grow my own.
That's not true. I'll just like shave a little dusting and sprinkle it on you. Give you the real deal. Yeah, come on, the real McCoy.
I'll just do some Elmer's glue, you know?
We'll have to go get a lot more white V-necks from Target.
Hardly an inconvenience.
I could use them.
The cutest tar and feathering.
Oh. It's from the brown clay and its passages.
That's cursed. That's cursed. Also, Cyborg, welcome in. It's good to see you. It's so undignified. Nutty Putty Cavern. If you're gonna die, it should be in the cauldron of the Devil's Talons or Hellfire Abyss. Yeah, you arrive in heaven and you're like, so what happened to you? I got nutty puttied.
I got nutty puttied. Damn.
My spine got skronked in the Nutty Putty caves.
That's kind of... I mean...
Like, hey, I got...
If you're, like, sharing war stories in heaven, and, like, that's what you got, your spine got skrunked in the Nutty Putty cave, that's not bad.
And you're sitting, like, opposite of Valkyrie, who's like, yes, I was slain by the great blade Yggdrasil, wielded by the great devil of the West, and I faced him single-handed in combat to defend the freedom of my people.
But I mean, like, saying that your spine got skrunked in the Nutty Putty cave is, like, pretty good. I mean, I hate to say it because a person actually lost their life, but, like, hey, you know.
It'd be a good story in the afterlife.
That's not bad, yeah.
Yeah. It's a conversation starter.
It's not the worst.
You can easily make friends on the other side.
Yeah. Dude, anyone from, like, who's died in, like, the last 20 years would be, like, losing it at that, you know? Like, it's better than, like, choking on a grape or something.
I guess so. Man, there was a book that I read in, I think I was like 11 or 12, and I read a book about a girl who died choking on a gummy bear. It was fiction. And just like looking at that now with like the awareness of an adult who critically looks at media, a gummy bear is like you're like, really? A gummy bear? I feel like the author like wrote that for the bit, and then it wasn't a good book.
I mean,
if you're wondering.
Somehow that had not crossed my mind.
I think it was called Ghost Girl.
Oh.
If you want to check it out for yourself. And the whole thing is that she needs to get the popular boy to be in love with her, even though she's dead. So.
That is a horrible premise for a book.
It was so stupid. It was genuinely so dumb.
Her death could have been anything, and they made it gummy bear choking.
Yeah, and then it wasn't even relevant to the plot.
I mean, you can choke on anything.
But to death.
Yeah, I mean, well,
it's gelatinous. Like it'll melt.
I don't. No, gummy bears don't melt.
Mr. H, have a good dinner. It was so good to see you. Nutty Putty Cavern. Oh yeah. I asphyxiated in the giggling clown cotton candy cavern. I died hanging upside down because I made poor choices. Half the people in heaven, I'm sure, would be like, same, bro.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Join the club.
Of all the people who have ever died, like,
yeah,
the majority of them, it's got to be like a little bit like silly. Like, not everybody has a cool death.
Yeah. I really hope that like everyone in the afterlife who died through like stupid or silly means, I hope that they all hang out. I hope that they're like a little.
They've got like a little club going on.
They've got like a little clique. Like they meet weekly and chat. You know.
Have a glass of wine.
Yeah. I like how Roald Dahl orphaned his main characters getting trampled by a rhinoceros and the like. Roald Dahl.
Roald Dahl is some wild shit.
Roald Dahl had a book called My Uncle Oswald, I think, is what it was called. And My Uncle Oswald is the story about this guy, Oswald, who partners with a beautiful woman. I think she might be some sort of like art thief or criminal or like something. But they partner together to seduce geniuses and artists around the world. So like Einstein and Picasso, Mr. John T. Costco, CEO Mr. Costco. Walmart.
Mr. Walmart and Mr. Target.
They seduce geniuses.
Yeah.
Listen, Jeremy, I don't want to hear it.
Pablo Costco, right.
They seduce geniuses. She seduces geniuses.
Yeah.
And has sex with them. And steals the condom. Can I talk about this on... I can talk about this on Twitch.
Is it stealing?
Steals the condom.
Is it stealing?
I guess they technically gave it to her.
I mean...
It was a gift. But, she takes the stuff in the condom after they have sex, and together, through this means that they develop, they sell it to... This is a real Roald Dahl book. It's called My Uncle Oswald.
It's
they
right over there. It's looking at me.
Yeah. I have it. I've not gotten rid of it. They sell it to, like, middle-class women that want to have babies with geniuses that are supposed to be, like, super talented.
Yeah.
And that's what the book's about. It's about this crazy caper that they go on.
And it works out for everyone.
And it works out for everyone.
Especially the offspring.
So Roald Dahl is some wild shit.
South side of Aihrde.
This stream is top Keck. What is Keck?
Keck is like lol. That's a World of Warcraft reference.
Thanks. Is it really?
Yeah.
I've been getting back into World of Warcraft.
So if you're on the Horde and you're speaking Orcish and you say lol, it appears as Keck to Alliance players.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
So like Keck is internet slang.
Sperm only lasts for maybe 30 minutes outside of the body. Yes, they address this in the book. They go through it scientifically and do trial and error in the narrative of the book, and they come up with a way to freeze it within 30 minutes. She has like a device that she carries with her in her purse. It's like a mini freezer.
It's like a little Dippin' Dots machine.
Yeah. And then they make their little Dippin' Dots and they sell them.
That is horrifying.
Isn't that wild? So, Roald Dahl.
Crazy shit.
Yeah. Wow, Keck 2016 entered the chat. How many of y'all play World of Warcraft? Because one thing that I talked about doing forever ago was starting like a Trollord Games guild, and I still think that that would be fun. Could still do it. I've not dedicated the time to it, but it could be fun. I did on and off for a long time. I'm back into Final Fantasy 14 now. Hell yeah. Don't laugh. I am so used to looking at Final Fantasy 15 because that's the one that I played.
For sure.
But the 1 is on the wrong side of the V, so I had to wait a minute. I played WoW for 22 minutes in 2019, so you got out relatively unscathed. I'm
Nice.
pleased to hear it. I played a long time ago, but I never got into it.
Dang.
Unscathed, nice. It sucks you in. If you allow it to grip you, just do that at your own risk, you know.
True. I'm also hot on it right now.
We're big into the Season of Discovery, which brings back like just the classic WoW. It is so much more like immersive and cool. We have like a whole little like RP thing going on.
Yeah, we're killing it. It's been a ton of fun.
Yeah.
That in and of itself has honestly like got me hooked back into it.
Yeah, we have this little storyline with your warrior and my mage.
Yeah.
And like it's awesome because our D&D group hasn't gotten to meet in like a good
long
couple
time.
months.
Yeah.
So we're getting our little like RP fix.
RuneScape is the real shit too. I got back onto RuneScape for a little bit as well recently.
Ooh.
I could never get in. Final Fantasy 14 seems like an awesome game. It's really cool. I can't. I haven't been able to get into it. Is really the thing.
That's fair.
I think for me, like the hardest part of getting into MMOs now is like the social scene. Like I have like a built-in nostalgia for like RuneScape and WoW.
Yeah.
So those like power me through.
Right. How would you set up an encounter with the PCs going against Fiddlesticks, the demon scarecrow from League of Legends? They revamped his lore, voice, and looks a couple years ago. Everyone has told me not to play League of Legends. Everyone whose opinion I trust has told me not to.
People who love League of Legends say not to play it.
Yeah. But man, a demon scarecrow? How would I set up an encounter with demon scarecrow?
It's got to be a slow burn.
Yeah. I'd probably have them looking for... I'd have them think that they're looking for something else, aside from like a scarecrow.
Yeah.
And I think it would be cool to have them going through like the most vast farm ever that has like multiple scarecrows, but really it's the same one.
Ooh.
It's like following them. I think that'd be cool. Ooh, they were like, go get 30 wolf pelts, and I was like, fuck this. Hey, it's just like real life. What did you say about World of Warcraft?
World of Warcraft is just a game of... World of Warcraft is a game about getting paid by the government to hit people in the mountains with your hammer or something like that.
Yeah, you get paid to go hit people with a hammer, and that's your full-time job.
Yeah, the government pays you to kill people in the mountains with your hammer.
Step 1, put a scarecrow in a field. Step 2, fill it with bees.
No!
You know who that sounds like?
Who?
Emily.
Yeah. Oh, that's super true. Never cross our friend Emily or she'll mail you a box of bees.
She told me that she was like this close from mailing my previous boss a box of bees. He was pretty atrocious.
Yes.
I told Steve that without realizing how that might sound like a threat. You know, my best friend threatened my previous box with a box of bees. So, don't be mean to me.
That's exactly... Steve was planning on being mean to you until you told him that.
Really covered my ass there.
Yeah.
The main story for base Final Fantasy XIV can be a bit of a slog to go through. That's fair.
That's what I've heard. But that's kind of the thing, is like... When people say, like, it gets good after this point, it gets fun after this point, Like, that's cool, and, like, if you're there and you're loving it, that's great. That's, I gotta dodge it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to, like, what? Like, why can't it just be fun right away?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
If it's like, oh, like, it gets fun after 100 hours, cool.
I'm gonna be bored. What am I doing this for? For work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Never play League unless you're with friends, and even then, never play League. It's very toxic. I played for a very long time, and it's not worth the abuse on there. Yeah, I don't. That's kind of what drove me away from WoW, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I had I had a World of Warcraft boyfriend.
Whoa.
We were allegedly both 12.
Oh.
He told me his age first, and looking back, I do believe that he was a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I was invited into this guild. I don't remember why. But, like, the other members of the guild or some other members were, like, making fun of him for being 12 when I entered.
Okay, well, that's
and
fair.
So I'm 12 and I'm a girl and I think it's fine to be 12 and play And then I had a World of Warcraft boyfriend for a little bit. His name was Rufflert. I think...
Rufflert?
Reflert.
Yeah, Rufflert.
And I think the realm was Executus.
That sounds like something.
Maybe. But...
I had a RuneScape girlfriend, so...
Really?
Yeah, we're all right there.
Just after that, it's tough to engage with the social aspect of... After you've had, like... Oh, no! Speaking of... Oh, buddies. Listen, this is better. Last week, we got all the trolls coming out of the woodwork. This is really not too bad. Let me just go ahead and...
Wow, double whammy.
Yeah. Ba-da-boop. There we go.
Here's a tip for next time. Get some variety in there.
Yeah.
Really cover all your bases.
Play it cool.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on. Want to see him naked.
No one wants to see me naked? Come
on. Yeah.
What about him? Is that what you want?
Is this what you want? Porno bots are funny. They're terrifying.
Terrifying?
There's just something about them that's eerie.
Yeah.
I don't trust them.
No, nor should you. Wow, what a hot take.
I say
I
that.
don't trust those porn bots.
I say that like I've been burned before. I don't think there are hot singles in my area. I'm starting to think that
I've
this is
certainly
one big
never met
scam.
any.
You start talking about Roll Doll and the spam bot trolls come out. Man,
Do it to yourself.
Roll Doll.
If you were out here talking about, like, stealing condoms.
All the horny
You
people on the
summoned
internet, their goosebumps went up.
Mm-hmm.
The spirit took over, their eyes rolled
Uncle
back.
Oswald.
They heard the name Uncle Oswald and their eyes rolled back in their head. And they blacked out. I bet they didn't even know they came to this stream.
That's true.
It's just the power of Roll Doll.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way. They're always like, my bleep in bio, but they never really are. I've heard.
Oh, no. Oh, my chair is over there, and, like, it's, you know. Yeah. And also, like, I'm supposed to be, like, working.
I'm supposed to be reading. I'm supposed to be reading about Aihrde.
Okay. I think that's my cue.
Alright. I love you. Have fun.
I love you. Thank you.
Thanks for sitting on the floor and letting me have the chair.
Yeah, I love... Well, it's your chair. Come on. This is your show. Whoopah! Mr.
Whoopah!
Chaperone is out.
Puppy, puppy.
Puppy, puppy.
He got very distressed just now. Mr. Man. Are you going to propose?
I hate to do this online.
He got me. Next time.
Next time.
Yeah. But man, I forgot what we were... Oh yeah, we were talking about World of Warcraft. If anyone wants to play, just like email product support and say, make the header of your email Troll Lord Guild, and I'll make us a World of Warcraft guild.
You're gonna have to play the Horde.
If we get like 10 people. I know. I like the Alliance. I like the humans.
You're gonna have to play trolls.
I know.
All
I know.
troll guild.
And I'm so not invested or attached to like the troll race in WoW. I don't know why.
They're really cool.
They're super cool. They're super, super cool. The Tauren are awesome. The
Yeah.
troll lore is really interesting. It's just never grabbed me. Shorts Man is not the superhero we wanted, but he's the superhero we need, maybe. You're Shorts Man.
These are great. You got me these shorts.
I did. I've got good taste in shorts.
These are great shorts.
Yeah.
They're great for adventures.
Yeah.
They're breezy.
They're your adventuring shorts. Hey, Savage Splendor, welcome in. It's so good to see you. I hope that you have a lovely rest of your night. Product support, the catch-all. That's the one that I monitor. I monitor that more than my personal TLG email. I'm in there every damn day. And honestly, we just get... we get so much spam into that email. There's so much... If I have to read another, like... Stay hard for your wife. Like, so much penis-related spam to that email. So much. And I don't know why. I'm not the target. I'm not the target demographic. I'm pretty sure. So I don't know why. But it's bad. And I would love to have just stuff in there that isn't that. So reach out. How about WoW for CNC? Now we're talking. Dude, I'd run a game in Azeroth. Fuck yeah. I'm the Chosen of Teldrassil. Let's go. If you don't know, that's a thing about... That's just something... You know when you just say stuff? I just think it's funny to constantly proclaim that I'm the Chosen of Teldrassil. It went off the rails when they decided to make everything about Sylvanas. Sylvanas is hella cool, though. What's her last name?
Windrunner.
Windrunner. The Windrunner family is very interesting. I think they're super cool. I'm invested in their story. And Jaina Proudmoore, especially, I'm invested in. Don't you want to stay hard for your wife, though? I do, but I don't know if I can trust. These resources have been burned so many times before. Should I put Desperate Artist in the header for my submission? Go for it. I've seen weirder headers in there. So everyone email Kothar. Of course not. Definitely don't. Don't do that. The only WoW character I know is Night Elf Mohawk. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna Google that and just see who comes up.
You don't know that one?
Night Elf Mohawk. Wow.
It's Mr. T.
It's real? I thought he was just word salading. Night Elf Mohawk. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, they did like a big campaign with like celebrities, and that was Mr. T.
That's awesome. Man, Mr. T. Let's go. That's awesome. What was I going to say? Oh, Leroy Jenkins. Another icon of the industry.
Go. Deep cut.
Yeah. Come on.
Started talking about WoW, now I can't
I know.
pull away. That's my addiction. I'm in it.
We're in it now. We're really in it now. And honestly, WoW Classic has really been the thing that's brought me back into it. I wish that it had like the pretty graphics of the new WoW, but like just to see it again as I saw it when I was a kid, you know, because that was really one of the first like fantasy worlds that I got really, really, really sucked into. The first was Fincaera from T.A. Barron's The Lost Years of Merlin series of books. And the second was Azeroth from World of Warcraft. And I remember being like 11, 12, 13 and running around this fantasy world and just exploring and feeling like it was so magical and thinking in character. And like, you know, it was my first time feeling really immersed in a fantasy world. And so it'll always have a really special place in my heart. And to see it again as I saw it all those years ago is really special, honestly. D&D 4th edition was a WoW RPG, and 5th edition. Was it really? What could you explain as someone who never played 4th edition? I killed Leroy Jenkins one time. Did you now?
Wow.
Leroy Jenkins can be killed?
That's a claim to fame.
When I was a kid, OMG, I was in my mid-30s when it released. Oh, buddy. Then hey, you got to experience it with like a seasoned eye.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing. In my game, the players insisted that they wanted henchmen, so they got a bunch of teenager villagers from the militia that just want to scream and charge into the dungeon. Nice. More adventuring parties in tabletop RPGs should hire mercenaries to do their little initial charge for them. I was around 5 years old when WoW came out. Hey, hell yeah. Gen Z? The younger one than Gen Z? Gen Alpha? Is that the next one?
I think that's still Z.
But
it came out in 2004, so that means they were born in 99.
Oh, okay. 4E had abilities that were sort of like cooldown abilities in an MMO, kind of like an MMO in a very general sense, but there's nothing really WoW-like specifically about it. Interesting that there were like cooldowns. That's cool.
I have a lot of feelings about 4E. We should play it.
Let's do it.
We should do it.
That sounds great.
Okay.
All right. I've never played World of Warcraft or RuneScape. I don't know why, but it looks ugly to me, which is weird because I remember playing Pirates of the Caribbean online, and it wasn't pretty either. Man, I remember Pirates of the Caribbean online. My brothers and I were super into that. I know what you mean, though. Like, feeling like a game is ugly or, like, just not up to snuff graphically. I'm very, very selective about when that matters to me, but I do get it. Like, it feels like a wall, you know? It was modeled after WoW in terms of gameplay, character roles, simulated cooldowns, lots of positioning and facing rules. The monster design was especially WoW-esque. That's cool, man. I'd love to try it. I want to try more RPGs. Because right now my repertoire is C&C and 5e, and I'm not very experienced in C&C, to be honest, which is laughable because I work here. Cyberpunk? I've played a little bit of Cyberpunk. Avoid RuneScape. The grind is terrible. Yeah, I don't like grind. I really wanted to like Monster Hunter, but like, just that's not enough to like keep me in it. I don't like the grind. I played 4E. It took us 3 4-hour sessions to defeat 12 kobolds. In the end, half of them ran away. It was not a fun game. That doesn't sound super great, to be honest. My opinions of 4E are unprintable. That's super fair. It's a divisive one, isn't it? I miss the original Cyberpunk set in the far future of 2013. Man, I didn't know that there was a Cyberpunk set in 2013. Is that real? You should try to branch out to dice pools like L5R and Vampire to get another perspective. I would love to do that. Really, it's just a matter of like, because so much of the gaming that I do is either like content for streaming or like everyone kind of has like their system that they're comfortable with, and so it's hard to like branch out and try new things. Nick and I want to do Wanderhome. I really want to try Wanderhome. That game looks fucking sick. After watching gameplay of it, I really want to play Dread. I definitely want to try Call of Cthulhu and Vampire. But yeah. Throw more game recommendations because I want to do all of them and also play them with me. I had a drug dealer named Candyman and he died pretty early because the GM was an ass. Ain't that just the way? Is the puppy real? They look like an animatronic. Correct, right? I've got good news for you. Come here, Mr. Man. Oh, little animatronic puppy. Oh, he's barely real. He's alive technically. He's a very good boy. Very happy. Sweet man. This is Trouble, if you've not met him before. Also, Cryptite, welcome in. The first edition of the Cyberpunk RPG came out in the late 80s or early 90s. CD Projekt Red's version was done by the son of the original writer. That's so cool! I love stuff like that. It's also extremely limiting in what you're allowed to do. If you have packages of abilities that all work like spells. If you don't have a specific ability per the rules, you cannot attempt it. Things like climbing on a monster's back or blinding a creature are specific powers that you have to buy. It's completely divested of situational gameplay or creative thinking. Staggeringly poor design. Ooh. I don't know. I think I may still want to give it a try. But I definitely much prefer games that are like... I don't know. So I can see why you would want to like section off abilities like that. It's not what I'd do, but I think I see why one would choose that. But Trouble, the reason we show up on Mondays. You just started the show, Mr. Man. People were like ripping out carpet in the apartment directly above us, and the little man was very much not a fan of that all morning. Ooh, if we're throwing stuff out, try Savage Worlds. Ooh, what's cool about Savage Worlds? I've heard about some game called Amazing Adventures. I've heard it's amazing. Are we talking tabletop RPGs or games across the platforms? All of the above, I think. Ooh, one that I'm so excited for right now. I know that this is like a divisive franchise, but I personally love it. The new Dragon Age game. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Oh, and the new Fable game. I'm dying waiting for those two games. I'm so excited about them. We're all over the place tonight. We really are. We were supposed to read 58 minutes ago. Whatever, you know? I've been running my 5e game like it's Castles and Crusades, and my players are getting into it, thinking outside the box and trying new things. It is so great. I love that. I mean, I think that the more you do stuff like C&C, the better the game is. I talked about this a little bit last week, but something that I didn't realize was like a signature of WotC's writing. Hey, trouble off, please. Thank you. Was like, it's consistent across like Magic the Gathering and D&D, where the full extent of your abilities in precise wording are laid out for you, and it's meant to be like the beginning and end of everything that you're able to do, and if it's not worded a certain way, then you're not able to like do the thing that's kind of outside of the box, depending on your GM, obviously. And I didn't even realize that that was what that was doing. I thought all tabletop RPGs were like that. And so the first time that I played a game that was different and more open-ended with like your abilities and what you're able to do and try, I had to be like corrected a little bit by the game master like a few times to be like, no, like don't just read the ability to me, like describe what you do. And once I got it, like the floodgates were open, and it's been hard to go back to 5e after that. Our game, so we're currently kind of running through Curse of Strahd right now, just on Wednesdays, and that is to get our current GM kind of used to running games again, and then we're probably going to play a C&C game, and I'm very excited about it. Ooh, how about Avatar: The Last Airbender RPG, Conan 2D20 if you can find it, Cyberpunk, Fantasy Age, Mouse Ritter, Savage Worlds. I've heard really, really good things about the Avatar: The Last Airbender RPG. I loved that franchise. I loved the TV show. It was super cool. And the book is beautiful, if I'm thinking of the right one. Rules not too heavy and built for fast and fun. That sounds right up our alley here. The Dragon Age computer or tabletop RPG? The video game. The new one is called Veilguard. Play Call of Cthulhu, DCC, Savage Worlds, Gamma World, Traveler, Vampire, and of course Swords and Chaos. I want to play Swords and Chaos. I'm for real. We're going to be in Michigan pretty soon. That's all I'm saying. You know, just... Anyway. What is DCC? I'm oft reminded of Plato's Cave when listening to people who only play 5e. I'm oft reminded of Plato's Cave. Oh, yeah. I mean, it is, like, just stuff that you don't realize that is specific to just the one game if you haven't tried other stuff. Ryutama is a really fun Japanese tabletop RPG, but it's pretty obscure here. It has that cozy feel without sacrificing stakes and tension. I'm all about a good cozy tabletop RPG. The Avatar RPG uses the Apocalypse engine, which does melodrama well, but doesn't do the martial arts action part very well. Interesting. Fate RPG is a completely different experience from things like D&D. Everything is story points. That's cool. I'm into stuff that, like, promotes storytelling first. I gotta say, I don't really care about combat. Like, if we have a game that's all, like, political intrigue and diplomacy, or, like, a mystery, or a horror game where you're not supposed to fight the enemy, just, like, hide or escape or die. Dungeon Crawl Classics. Gotcha. I want to play Swords and Chaos. Is someone sucking up to Jeremy? Listen, I would never suck up to anybody, first of all. Let's get that straight. Second of all, we talked about Swords and Chaos in the little, like, interview series that we did for YouTube, and it sounds fucking awesome. It sounds super interesting, and I want to try it. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say about that. If you're looking for a pick up and play for 15-minute chunks, Cult of the Lamb on PC is a fun mix of horror and cutesy tabletop RPG. Rifts is a great fun system, uses percentile like Call of Cthulhu, but much more DM friendly since Call of Cthulhu takes a good DM to work well. That sounds cool. Rifts. I feel like I've heard of that before. Ooh, if you want a cozy RPG, Golden Sky Stories is really good. It's a whole different mindset from most RPGs, though. Combat isn't really a thing at all. I'm about it. Listen, all you gotta tell me is that it's, like, a little weird, and I'll be intrigued and want to play it. Hide and seek? No. Hide or die? Yes. Here's the thing. Actually, maybe, like, you all can tell me what system would work best for this. I have been sitting on an idea for a campaign where the party consists of a very, like, wealthy group of people who might vaguely sort of know each other. A big thing is that all of them have at least one secret concerning one other person in the party, first of all. And they are this, like, this wealthy group of kind of like eccentric personalities, and they are all at this like luxury like wellness resort that's supposed to like, you know, like give us $50,000 and we will spiritually heal you and show you all these gems and go in the sauna and relax and you'll leave being like healed. And I want it to devolve into this like horror game where actually there's this huge mystery in this wellness resort and the party becomes trapped there, and they are these like people with no survival skills or combat skills or anything, and they have to survive and figure out the mystery and escape. So I thought about maybe like a Call of Cthulhu type thing, because I think that sanity would definitely be a part of it, the way that I'm picturing the mystery playing out. But I don't know. Cthulhu hates hugs. Username checks out. Welcome in. It's so good to see you. Sounds like it could easily be done with COC rules for sure. I'll have to give it a try. I'd recommend COC, but give them generic BRP. What is a BRP? Character sheet. And don't tell them it's a horror game at first. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Don't tell them it's a horror game. I am very into that, actually. Basic role-playing. It's the same engine. Okay. Ooh, that's tricky. So a character sheet that's in the same system, but not like the reputation of like, here's a Call of Cthulhu character sheet. I like that a lot. Rifts has an interesting world, but you need to have a very high tolerance for old school jank to play it. I will say I don't. If there's any amount of crunch, this is a personal weakness. I want to get better about it, and I'm slowly trying, but my eyes just glaze over so fast in the face of any crunch. It's tough. Then Rifts is not the game for you at all. That's super, super fair. It sounds cool. I feel like I've heard of it before. Oh man, but hey, howdy ho. It is about that time. If you want your campaign idea to be a one-shot, try Dread. Phantom, I was talking earlier about how badly I want to try Dread. Listen, some people might roll their eyes because of this, like, channel. I don't know, some people might think, like, just not be into it. But of all people, Smosh Games did a little, like, mini campaign of Dread. And honest to God, I say this as someone who absolutely loves RPGs and like actual plays and loves watching people play tabletop RPGs. This is one of the best actual plays that I think I've ever seen. And they played Dread, and their game master is fucking incredible. They're so good. It's so good. I would definitely recommend watching that series. It got me into Dread. I definitely want to try it. I'm lamenting that we don't really have like an in-person group right now. I did that with an Old West game. They were dealing with bandits when suddenly an elder thing showed up and ate the preacher. You know, don't you just hate when that happens? When an elder thing comes in and eats the preacher, what do you do? Anyway, I'm losing my mind, so I think it's probably about time to go. Let's read into Creep. I'm actually going to be in an actual play with Creep on the 25th. Nick and I are both going to be playing with Creep on Charmed Fantasies channel, twitch.tv/Charmed Fantasy. Do you know what time the game is, Nick?
I know it's this Thursday.
Follow Charmed Fantasy and check us out on Thursday to watch me and Creep and Nick play a game together and have a lot of ding-dang fun, and it's going to be awesome. Creep is excellent. They paint a lot of minis and talk about tabletop RPGs, and they're super cool, so go and show them some love. And yeah, it means a lot when people come in from a raid and don't just dip. Like if they hang out for a second and say something nice, it super makes people's day. So if you want to just hang out for a minute and say one nice thing about their stream before leaving, I'd super, super appreciate it. But thank you all for hanging out. This was so much fun. I'm sorry that we didn't do any reading, but I am grateful that I got to pick everyone's brain on new RPGs to try. I'm very excited to give them a try. The first My Little Pony game is surprisingly fun. Bro, say less. I'll try a My Little Pony game. Fuck yeah. Let's do it. That sounds awesome. If it was your first time here, come back. We'll be here next Monday. Thank you all for hanging out. And we're going to get out of here. So go in peace, make the words do good, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much.